Hi everybody, welcome to Kyle's Everyday Meals Volume 3. I'm pretty excited to bring you this episode. It's been probably 6-8 months since my last episode, Volume 2. If you haven't seen them, Volume 1 and 2 are both on YouTube as well. I've actually gotten some emails from people that I don't even know asking why I haven't put out a third episode, and some people that I know have asked me that as well. And really, the biggest thing is there's quite a criteria for me to put an episode out. First, the recipe has to be very delicious, obviously. Second, it has to be relatively inexpensive, easy to make, and most importantly to me, is it has to be something that's mine. It's not, I'm just going to watch the cooking channel this morning and then throw one on that afternoon. I mean, anybody can do that. I like to really find a recipe that I've made my own and bring that to the table. So today is certainly no different. Before I get rolling here, I want to talk a little bit about chicken. Now, if there's one thing that I've cooked probably the most over my life, it's definitely chicken. And the one thing I will say about chicken is, in my opinion, you don't want to cook chicken with the skin on. Now I know, tons of people that you talk to say, oh no, you gotta cook chicken with the skin on because it keeps all the moisture in it. Take the skin off, all the moisture's gone. Anytime somebody tells me that, that's them telling me they don't know how to cook chicken, because that is completely wrong. I mean, that's like going bowling and putting those rubber things in the things. Yeah, it's maybe more fun and easier, but you're not going to have a better experience. And that's the thing about chicken. If you're going to cook chicken, learn to cook chicken the best way, which is without the skin. Because here's the thing, people always say, oh, well, but the skin's the best part. Well, why do you think it's the best part? It's the best part because that's where all the flavor goes. That's where all the seasoning goes. That's where your spices go. So, of course, the chicken is going to be great. Try cooking a piece of chicken and not seasoning it, and then see how great the skin is. It's not that good. So that's the thing. You take the skin off, put the seasoning right on the chicken. It goes into the chicken. Plus, trust me, if you cook chicken properly, it can be just, if not more, moist with the skin off than with the skin on. So if you take anything away from this today, take your skin off chicken, learn how to cook it that way. It'll be much, much better. Okay, so to get rolling here, I'm going to show you how to cook something that I just love. A lot of people, or a lot of guys anyways, every time, say the wife goes out of town, they run to the store and grab a big steak. Personally, I run to the store and I grab as many chicken wings as I think I can eat, and that's a lot usually. So, one of the things about chicken wings, and the whole skin philosophy is it is quite tedious to take the skin off, a lot of chicken wings. But it really is beneficial to take, 15 minutes out of your life and take the skin, or as much skin as you can off of your chicken wings. And I mean, you don't have to get too carried away, but I mean, there's a lot of junk that comes on chicken wings. And to give you an example, you go and you buy, or you take 12 chicken wings, right? And you just throw them in the fryer or however you're cooking them. This is how much stuff I took off 12 chicken wings. Like, that's a lot of junk. I mean, you don't want to put that into your body. It's just, not only that, it's unhealthy, and the spices aren't going to get into the chicken. So just take 5 minutes, cut off as much of that excess crap as you can, and trust me, your chicken wings will be better. So, okay, so basically what you want to do here is you hardly need anything. You just need some chicken wings, which you can buy anywhere. You may have to cut them up yourself, which isn't a big deal because you're cutting the skin off anyway, so whatever. Basically, you need 3 ingredients. You need, or 4, I guess. Salt and pepper, a little bit of Montreal steak spice, which of course, again, it's a pretty common spice. And the secret ingredient is red chilies. Just a red chili just like that. This recipe actually started out about a year ago. I was in this big jalapeno kick that cooked everything with jalapenos. And I used to make this recipe with jalapenos. And one day I went to the grocery store, they were out of jalapenos, and I was so disappointed. But I got red chilies instead, and it turned out to be better. It's not quite as hot, but it's more of like a lasting heat, and it just has much better flavor. I haven't tried the combination yet. Maybe I'll try that someday. Anyways. So what you want to do is you want, as a general rule, about 1 of these chilies per 4 wings. So, you can cook 12 to 20 wings, buy 5 or whatever, 6, 7 of these chilies. So basically pretty straightforward. You want to have 2 sets of tongs, 1 set for the non-cooked wings, 1 set for the cooked wings. Obviously you don't want to cross-contaminate anything. And from there, it's incredibly simple. Buy your wings, or first preheat your oven to 400 degrees. You can go a little bit lower, but here's the other thing about chicken. When you cook chicken breasts, you know, when you cut into that chicken breast, you want it to be juicy. You want it to be very moist, and you know, that's what you want. Chicken wings, for me personally, I prefer my chicken wings a little more cooked. Not for any kind of, you know, I'm fearing that I'm going to get, you know, whatever. But I just like the flavor and the texture of a little bit more cooked wing as opposed to, I've cooked some wings the way I would cook like a chicken breast, for example. It comes out a little bit, I find it a little bit slimy almost, and I'm just not into that. I do really prefer it to be a little bit more cooked. But if you prefer it the other way, you can definitely kind of slim down the time of it. Anyways, 400 degrees exactly, 20 minutes on each side. And as in the first 2 episodes, absolutely number one, most important thing is cook your chicken wings on a rack. You know, if you go and take a cookie sheet, slap your wings down on there, I mean, don't even make this recipe because, you know, it's horrible. Always, always, always cook your chicken wings, any kind of meat on a rack. You know, something like this, right? Get a you know, cookie sheet, whatever, and put it on a rack. Now, traditionally I barbecue all my chicken wings. I find, you know, I just like barbecuing, but I don't like to admit this, and I'm surprised I am admitting this, but they actually do taste better coming out of the oven. You know, don't tell anyone I said it. But, you know, and the other thing too is when you barbecue them, it's very tedious. You really got to watch them. You can't just walk away. You throw them in the oven, you know, 20 minutes, flip them, 20 more minutes, you're eating amazing. So, you know, I love the barbecue, and I encourage you to try this recipe barbecuing, but if you want simple, the oven's the way to go. So, here it is. So simple. So you got your chicken wings that I already kind of cut up and took the skin off. Basically, just put them into a bowl. I think I got like 10 of them here or something. And very, very easily, you just want to put a little bit of Montreal steak spice. You definitely don't want to over-season these to the point that all you taste is the seasoning. I mean, you want the seasoning to sort of complement the chicken wings as opposed to the chicken wings complementing the seasoning. So just put a little bit of Montreal steak spice in there. Nothing too major. A little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt. Pretty straightforward. And then just kind of mix that up in a bowl, just sort of, you know, move it around. And usually when I cook these, I cook like, you know, 40 at a time or something, and then just, you know, go wild on them. But just to kind of give you an example here. So a little bit more of each once we've kind of moved around. Not too much Montreal steak spice. And then here is the secret ingredient. So basically, you know, pretty straightforward. We just got our bowl. We're good to go. You got your cut up chili flakes. Just take a chili and just slice it up really fine. I mean, you know, you can go as fine as you want. Leave the seeds in, and the seeds give it a little bit more heat. And I find it just, you know, adds a little more flavor. Put in as, you know, as much as you want. I like to go a little heavy just because I like the flavor of red chilies. And then just kind of mix it around. Make sure that, you know, everything gets some red chilies. Now, if you want, you can leave this in the fridge overnight, and then the red chilies absorb even more into the chicken. And I find that's a good way to go as well. But I mean, usually I'm not planning a day and ahead, so whatever. So that's it. There is my chicken wings. Got red chilies, salt, pepper, and Montreal steak spice. That is it. So then all you would do is put them on the rack. Now again, very important, you don't want to clump them up in the rack. You want to make sure that each one has its own space, you know, the air can move all around it. If you clump them all up, it's not going to cook as evenly. You want the air to move, you know, all around. So basically all I do now is I take these, I obviously have a cookie sheet here, I take these out, put them on the rack, and put them in the oven. Like I say, 400 degrees exactly. Put them in there for 20 minutes, take them out, flip them, then another 20 minutes, and those things will be perfect. Doesn't matter how big they are, how small they are. Don't worry about that. It's very difficult to overcook chicken wings, especially the way I like to eat them, a little bit more cooked than regular. So, you know, if I accidentally leave them in for another 5 minutes, I mean, they're still going to be just as enjoyable. So don't worry about that. So basically, once you're done, you know, the end product, which is, you know, some very, very amazing chicken wings. Then what I would do is, well, I used up all my chili flakes, but I would just take and just sort of sprinkle a few fresh chili flakes on there just to give it a bit of, you know, color. And that is it. They are some of the best and easiest and healthiest chicken wings that you will ever eat. So please, if you have any questions, feel free to email me through the YouTube. And yeah, good luck.